Alright, so in front of me today I've got a graphing practice quiz. So the first one's the easy one, the one nobody is supposed to miss. It's y equals mx plus b. There's your y-intercept. You have a y-intercept at 6. Nice good solid dot. And your slope is negative 2/3, which means we fall 2 and run 3. I don't know why you kids miss that, but you do. So fall 2, run 3, fall 2, run 3, and so forth. The more points you get, the straighter your line will get. What matters is 2. Notice up top it says for lines, clearly mark at least 2 points. For the absolute value of quadratics, 3 or more. 3 clear? Alright, number 2 is a line. It's just not in y equals mx plus b form. So we're going to manipulate it and get it to look like y equals mx plus b. To do that, we're going to move the x's over. 4y is now greater than 8x plus 12. We're going to divide by 4. And y is greater than 2x plus 3. Seems right. I don't think I made any mistakes. Same as the last one. Now we have a y-intercept at 3, and we rise 2 and we run 1. Rise 2 and run 1. Rise 2 and run 1. If you look at your symbolism, it's going to be dashed. There's a dashed line. And I see greater than, so shade above. I'd be looking at something like that. 3, we have absolute value. This is in the form A, absolute value of x minus h plus k. So my vertex is at 4, 3. 4, 3. I'm going to open hole it. Notice that right there? Open, vertex, dashed sides. And my initial value, my A is negative 2, so fall 2, run 1. Fall 2, run 1. Fall 2, run 1. All right, now I have a greater than symbol. That means above. So I've got to be above this V. Moving on to 4, we have something in the form of A times x minus h squared minus 3. This is a quadratic, a parabola. The vertex is at negative 3, negative 3. Sign change, keep the sign. So back 3, fall 3. There's no greater than, it's just equality. And my initial slope is negative 2. So I'm going to fall 2 and run 1. Now this is a parabola. It doesn't need to look like a V. It's a parabola. It has curvature. All right. That's all there is to it. 5 is also a quadratic. It's in the form A times x minus p times x minus q. So these are my x-intercepts. I have x-intercepts at negative 1 and 3. There's 2 of them. That's not an ordered pair. There's 1 at negative 1. There's 1 at 3. The vertex is p plus q over 2. So negative 1 plus 3 over 2. That would be 2 over 2, which is 1. That's the x value, the x-coordinate of the vertex. To find the y value of the vertex, I plug that 1 in. 2 times 1 plus 1 times 1 minus 3. That should be negative 8. If I'm thinking right. 1 plus 1 is 2, 1 minus 3 is negative 2. Yeah, so yeah, negative 8. So I go to 1, negative 8, and there is my vertex. And there's 3 nice points. You don't have to draw it in, but you can draw the line of symmetry if you want. And I draw my parabola. All right, 6 is in standard form. So this is in STD form. We have a vertex at opposite b over 2a. So opposite of a negative 6 is a positive 6. A is 3. There's a vertex at 1. That's the x-coordinate of the vertex. To find the y-coordinate of the vertex, we plug a 1 in. 3 times 1 squared minus 6 times a 1, add a 1 back. That's going to be 3, take away 6, which is negative 3, negative 2. So we have a vertex at 1, negative 2. To the right one, fall 2. All right, here's my a value. A is 3. So my initial slope is 3. Rise 3, run 1. Draw u. It's really all there is to it. All right, moving on to your favorite stuff, the piecewise function. Find the domain of each piece. The first one is x plus 4 squared plus 3. That would be this piece right here, the parabola. And it looks like it is running from negative infinity, because it will run forever left, all the way up to negative 1. So basically x is less than or equal to negative 1. Does the job. Or you can do negative infinity, comma, 1 solid bracket. I don't really care which one you do. Next up is the absolute value. It's supposed to be absolute value, although I don't know that it is. It looks like it. Anyways, it is drawn from negative 1 to 4, but it doesn't include the negative 1 or the 4. So if you're writing an inequality, it would be negative 1 less than x less than 4. If you're doing an interval, it would be negative 1 comma 4 parentheses. All right, next up is a cube function. Solid dot right here, where x is 4, and it moves forever right. X is greater than or equal to 4, or bracket 4, infinity. All right, number 8 is some evaluation. Evaluate f of 4, so I go to where x is 4. I know some of y'all really struggle with this, but this is what is y when x equals 4. So that's why I'm going to where x is 4, and I'm looking at the y value. The y value looks to be smack dab in between negative 4 and negative 6, so that would be negative 5. All right, f of negative 1, that's going to be right here. I have a choice between an open circle and a closed circle. It has to be the closed circle. The y value there is 0. F of 0 is going to be right here. Looks like y is 2. Number 9, solve f of x equals negative 4 over the interval 0 to 8. So when I talk about this interval of 0 to 8, I'm only caring about everything to the right here. So I'm going to graph y equals negative 4, because that's what it's saying. And I'm going to look at the x values where this is true. There's two of them. There's one where x is 2, and there's one where x is 4. So x is 2 or x is 4. It's two answers. And then the bonus. Quadratic has a vertex at negative 2, 3 and passes through the point 4, 5. So I'm going to use the form a times x minus h squared plus k, and I'm going to plug some crap into it. I'm going to plug in a negative 2. If I take away a negative 2, I get a positive, and then the 3. So this is h and k, and I plugged it in. Then I'm going to go over here, and I'm going to plug in this 0.45, because then I'll be able to find a. So y is 5. It must be equal to a times 4 plus 2 squared plus 3. 4 plus 2 is 6. 6 squared is 36. So 5 is equal to 36a plus 3. Subtract the 3. 2 is 36a. Divide by 36, and my ace value is 1/18. So my equation is y equals 1/18. Going back to that line right there, x plus 2 all squared plus 3. All right, next part, bonus. Take your equation from the first bonus and rewrite it in standard form. So to do that, I'm going to write the x plus 2 squared piece down twice. And I'm going to FOIL this. X plus 2 times x plus 2 should be x squared plus 4x plus 4. And then I'm going to distribute my 18th in. I'd have an 18th of x squared plus 4/18, which is 2/9, plus another 4/18, which is 2/9, and then plus 3. And By the way, standard form, I should have wrote it as ax squared plus bx plus c. So the last thing to do is put those two pieces together. 3 is 27 ninths. So 2 ninths and 27 ninths makes 29 ninths. So 1/18 x squared plus 2 ninths of x plus 27 ninths. And there you go. There is your graphing quiz. Hope you guys do well on it. I mean that.